Hi, I'm TR, and this is my mid-century ranch home renovation project. It's the beginning of day 3 on the floor refinishing project. And I've got through the troubles. I've gone back and I've sanded everything with the 20 grit. I stripped up all the old finish, but it did leave the surface pretty rough. So I ended up having to go to 36 grit, and I sanded everything again with 36 grit to take scratches out from the 20 grit. And then I went around and I sanded everything again with 60 grit. And man, I'm telling you what, after a day and a half of running that big drum sander, it kicked my ass. But I feel like I got a really good product now. It's pretty smooth. I'm going to hit it with the orbital sander. I'm going to go through and I'm going to sand the entire house again with the orbital and just make sure that I've got all of the scratches out, because I am going to stain the floor, and if there are any scratches in the floor, they're going to really pop up when I get it stained. And so I'm going to try to make sure that I've got most of all of the scratches out. The ones that are there will just mark as patina. But I thought maybe I'd just take a second here and count how many belts I went through, because I did go through quite a few. And to be honest with you, I'm just going to make sure that I know how many belts I used, so when I go pay for this, I don't get taken advantage of. So I'm going to stack them up here. Those are the 36s, 20s, and 60s. 60, 60, 36, 36, 36. I think that's probably it. So let's see how we did here. For reference, I've got about 640 square feet of floor that I've been sanding on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 20s. So I need 10 20 grits. 4, 5 36s. 4 60 grits. So I guess that's really not too bad. All right, let's see, what time's it getting to be? 7:30. I've got to run the drum sander back and get it back to the rental shop. I want to stop and give a huge shout out to Manny from Mountain West Rentals in Pocatello, Idaho, where I rented my equipment. I guess it's been really busy with everybody staying home because of COVID. And they're doing, a lot of DIYers got plenty of time on their hands because they're home from work. And so I guess it's been really busy, and they've had a hell of a time getting sandpaper. So I've noticed that, like, I go to Harbor Freight to get my sandpaper. I don't buy anything that cuts through drills from Harbor Freight. The quality just isn't there. I'll spend the money to get a better set of drills or buy better saw blades, stuff like that. But their sandpaper works really good. I haven't had any trouble with their sandpaper. But even they have been challenged. You go over there and half the hooks are empty, because I guess a lot of people are probably doing DIY projects. Well, the same thing with this floor sander. When I went and picked it up, they had no 36, they had some 60 grit, which is what I started with, and that was a disaster. That didn't work at all. But I'll say this, they got me some sandpaper out of their Idaho Falls store, and they brought it to the house. So I was very appreciative of that. They've done me right, and I cannot complain. So if you're looking to do anything equipment rental wise, they're your typical rental store. They got rototillers and mini excavators and floor sanders, obviously. Go over there. This is not sponsored. They don't know I'm doing this, but give Manny a shout at Mountain West Rentals in Pocatello, Idaho, and tell him that TR sent you. I'd appreciate it, and they will too. They're going to take care of you, and so thumbs up to them. I got a few minutes here before I have to run this machine back, so I'm going to go touch up a few things and then take off. And I'll catch up with you when I get started with the oscillating, the orbital sander, and I start sanding the floor. That's it. So I'm working on repairing this threshold here. Well, this first board in the floor, it was just drilled with holes, it was split, it was busting, it was in really bad shape. I had some leftover wood from the repair that I made in the bedroom, and I'm glad I kept a couple of pieces because this is going to allow me to fix this properly. I've already replaced this first board. This board here, we're going to cut to 50 and 3/16. Hopefully, it's long enough. I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to probably need one more piece. I am. All right. So we're just going to use this piece in total. It's got a little crack in it right here, but I think I can glue that. There is a crack here too that I think I can glue. So I think I'll glue those up before I put them together. That's not too bad. It's actually on the edge, and hopefully it'll be covered by the threshold. So real quick here, I'm just going to knock the finish off this with this guy. Oh, where'd my mask go? What did I do with my mask? Here it is. I'm going to make some dust. Alright, this got a couple of big dings in it right here, so I'm going to cut this off a little shorter. I still have another piece in there, I'm almost positive. So we'll fit this in here for now. And then let me go get another piece. I'm pretty sure I got one here. Okay, so I have this piece left over too. It's going to be plenty long, so I think we're in good shape. And so let's get this one in. The first thing I want to do though, I don't need that. I need to glue this crack. Give me a second here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully pry this crack open. I'm just going to use that nail. Now we're just going to give it a little infusion here of wood glue. So one of the things you want to be careful of when you're face nailing these things is that you don't get too close to the end because you will split it. So this is pretty good. It could be just a tad tighter. So let's wedge this up against the wall here. Let's see, where's my widget, my wadget? I'm going to use this because I don't want to wedge against the wall. I can break the wall. So I'm just going to use this. And I'm just going to push this over. And let's do this. I want this other end just a tad tighter. We're going to push this in like this. I'll stand back a couple inches. Let's come down here and do the same thing on this end. Nail nut drive so good because I didn't have the machine close to the floor, so I'm going to use a nail set here and set it. Yeah, let's get a square line on this so I can take this off. Something like that. Not bad for amateur work. Now, I have a tongue camera position. I've got a tongue on this end, but I don't have a slot in this board, so I'm going to rip that off with my multi-tool. Yeah. Plug your ears. Okay, minus one tongue. Now, we're going to take this. $100 donuts. I'm going to have to open this door. We'll see if I can get it in here. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. So again, I'm just going to push against this. There we go, and that's slipped in there. Now, with any luck, when I nail this, it should suck right down. And we're going to call that done. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me that thumbs up, appreciate that. If you're not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe and ring the notification bell. There's a ton more videos still to come in my mid-century ranch home renovation project. Questions or comments, make them below. Happy to answer your questions or comments, as long as they're kind. But for now, it's time to go. Thanks for watching. Until we get together for another mid-century ranch home renovation project. Peace.